Hi there. You're about to watch a studio vlog that I think I started filming around mid-January, where I start making merch for a market coming up mid to end February, but where I'm not going to be able to make merch all start of February, so I'm getting a head start. And very excitingly, I received my laser cutting and engraving machine. I am going to be making a lot of tests in this video and showing you a bit my process behind for making my own wooden pins, and maybe in the future I'll make other stuff because I can engrave and cut through wood, acrylic, leather, metal, and other things. So there's really like a lot of possibilities and I'm really excited. So I'm really happy to share with you my learning process. I'm also preparing my setup for when I'm tabling at conventions, and I'm gonna throw in there my little art resolution, little voiceover or talking, I'm not sure yet, because might as well since it's the first video of the year. Let's get on to the video. So this is the first time I'm printing the new stickers. It's a Snorlax sleeping saying do not disturb. They're fairly big, and I'm really happy that the watercolor effect really turned out really nicely on these. About 2 weeks before I filmed this moment, I ordered my laser engraving machine. So let me maybe explain what it is, why I got it, etc. This is an X-Tool S1. It's a very big machine, a bit bigger than I expected, not gonna lie. I got it because I really wanted to get into making more pins and keychains and a bit higher quality products than just, you know, stickers and whatnot. And that during art markets, so many people already sell those types of products. So by making a new type of product, I differentiate myself. I also plan on offering to do some custom work later down. And I hope you guys will like it because I got really excited by this. The machine cost me around 1,800 euros since I bought it with the honeycomb and the air assist. I also really liked the idea of making my own pins 100% myself and saying that it's really handmade and not outsourced. Because first of all, it feels more personal, but second of all, it also allows me to do small quantities per design to really test the waters and see what people like and dislike. And yes, I did pay a very big price up front, but it does avoid paying each time for manufacturers. So as you just saw, I did a couple test prints. So I did a first one that really had a lot of issues. The power was really too much and there were a bunch of burn marks going all over the wood. So I didn't even let it finish. And for the other one, I adjusted the settings. And so this is the final result of my second test. And basically what I want to modify is to make the outline a bit more thick because I find that it's a bit too tight to the actual engraving. I also really messed up the sanding. I used such a rough paper for sanding. And on top of that, I also need to modify the cutting settings because when I went to go cut, I wanted it to do 2 passes on a lower like power. and ended up like directly going through on the first pass, and the second pass was really just eating up the design. And also when I paint, I need to be a bit more careful because I do have large Posca nibs. So yeah, this is the final result. It's going to be a pin. I'm going to just like hot glue pin backings on the back and add my signature. And now I will modify all those things on my computer and we'll do another test. So this time the burn was not enough and it didn't cut entirely through. Time to change the settings again. So what I did to try and save this third attempt is I chipped away the extra little bits that didn't cut through entirely and sanded it because it was feeling very rough on the edges. There we go. This is attempt number 3. So now I still need to figure out the settings for cutting. I'm having a really hard time figuring it out because I could just go back to the very first test I had. I had good cutting, but I wanted it to do in 2 passes and it just cut through entirely on the first one. But I would really like to know how to do 2 passes since it does seem to help have a better result with less burn marks. Let's talk art resolutions. Every year I try to make a little art resolution to set my goals at the right place and to make sure that I'm working up to something with my art. So I have 3 categories to my resolutions. First of all, illustrations. I want to create more of a developed universe around Feliciel, so my brand. And I don't want it to just be blue for the sake of being blue because I like it. I want it to be a bit more cohesive and for it to make sense. So maybe like a theme, whether it be animals, circus, ocean, I don't know. I still need to figure it out so that it's more interesting and cohesive throughout all my social media and to have a really cool theme at conventions at my table. I would also like to work with more background and color. The background resolution is one I have every single year and I'm still trying to work on it. Essentially, I just always draw characters and they're just floating into nothingness, and I would like for it to make a little bit more sense. Next up is new art mediums. In 2023, I had tried a couple new mediums. I did shirt bleach painting, pyrography, lino printing. I'd like to research them more and watch like tutorials to practice a lot more as well. I don't want to just like vaguely do a little bit of each, and I want to learn really how to do nice, high quality products that I could sell. And in new art mediums, I'm also throwing my laser engraving machine. Ideally, if I have the time and resources, I'd like to also make jewelry with that machine. So not just pins and keychains. And the last section to my art resolutions is content creation. I really need to advertise my online shop a lot more, and to do so I need to post more short content videos, so reels, TikTok, YouTube shorts, all those things. I do post a couple, but I'm really not regular, and I want to try to make at least 1 YouTube video a month if possible, even though once again I always say those things and I don't hold them. I did hold them at some point, but anyways, I don't want to put too much pressure on myself and keep it like a nice thing to do that really is something entertaining and something I absolutely love doing. But it would be ideal to be a little bit more regular. That was all my art resolutions. Do tell me if you have any in the comments. I'd love to know, so maybe I can steal an extra idea or 2. Yeah. I did an attempt with colored pencil, but I'm really not a fan of the result. So I think for now I'll just keep them blank. I added my signature in the back. Okay, so here's where I'm at. I might have changed my mind and go for the colored pencil look for my mushroom little guy. I made a reel and asked people's opinion and everybody went for the colored one. So what I'm going to do is I need to find a way to seal it, especially to make sure the paint won't chip off. And I have this. I have no clue if it will work well. It's a wood sealant that is clear. It's usually for furniture. I'm guessing it should be fine, but I'm not really sure, so I don't know. I'm very unsure about if this is gonna look good, so that's why we're doing a test. I'm also not very sure if this is toxic to breathe in, so in case I have my mask, I just checked on the little pins that were curing with the sealant to see how it went, and they look really good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to color in all of these little guys. One of the final step was to glue on the backings of the pin, and since the beginning I planned on hot gluing them. Except that when I was doing that, I realized that it was really not working because the hot glue would like simply snap off with the slightest amount of pressure. So I went online, did my research, and everybody was saying to get some E6000, so I ordered it. So I have a dilemma. I would like to upgrade the badge display that I have because currently I kind of put them in this really shabby thing that doesn't look good and isn't very stable and takes a lot of time to do each time I prepare for conventions. So I have this frame that I've had for a long time. It is pretty heavy though, and what I would like to do is to put my badges inside so that, you know, I can just pick that up, put it on display, and that's it. So what I'm gonna do is take the backing that's right here, trace the size on a piece of cardboard, staple a piece of cloth on top of the cardboard, and just always leave my badges on there. And then just put the piece of cardboard inside of this. And hopefully that'll be good enough. I would like also to find a piece of cloth that's like a dark color, but I don't know if I have that. So I thought I would close the vlog now. I've been doing the editing over the past few days. I have also finally received the backings and stuck my pins on top, and I'm really happy with the results. It really looks like what I was envisioning. I hope you guys will also like those pins. I'll be putting up the listings up now, so by the time you're watching the video, they should already be up on my Etsy shop. I really hope this video wasn't really like too much about the pins and kind of all over the place. So do tell me your thoughts in the comments, and if you have any tips for the machine and different crafts to do with it, please, I want to hear them. So put them in the comments. You can also like this video if you liked it and subscribe to this channel to see more content like this. And yeah, that's all that I have to say. See you next time. Bye bye!